Medina Spirit won this year's Kentucky Derby, and his trainer, Bob Baffett, has now earned a record 7 wins at the world-famous track, making him the Lewis Hamilton of horse racing. Oh, and if you understood that reference, congratulations on your wealth and European whiteness. Famed New York restaurant 11 Madison Park will reopen with a fully vegan menu. This is great news for New Yorkers who were hoping to find a place to overpay for vegetables. Pfizer announced that they would donate vaccine doses to Tokyo 2020 Olympic athletes to forestall having to cancel the games again this summer. Thank God we now have vaccines going where they're needed most, to the healthiest people on earth.
Within hours of ousting Liz Cheney, Kevin McCarthy said, "I don't think anybody is questioning the legitimacy of the presidential election." And hey, maybe he's right, since the GOP just proved they're not so much questioning it as they are fully denying it. The CDC announced that fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear masks or social distance indoor or outdoors in most circumstances to protect from COVID-19. LA County guidelines, however, say you should continue to cover your face if you're not a Hollywood 9 or higher.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine announced that the state lottery will hold 5 weekly drawings of $1 million for residents who get vaccinated. Sadly, if you're not one of the 5 lucky $1 million winners, you're stuck with the consolation prize of just not dying from a deadly virus. The inventor of the Post-it note, Spencer Silver, died this week at 80 years old. Or maybe it was last week? I don't remember when I put the note to write a joke about this on my wall. On Saturday, Israel destroyed a high-rise building in Gaza that housed the offices of the Associated Press and Al Jazeera, among other major news outlets. I guess they went past eradicating fake news, and are now just taking out actual news. A new study on Asian and Pacific Islander representation in film found that 2/3 of these characters are stereotypes, and 1/3 of all leads in this category are played by Dwayne Johnson. So if you're an Asian American actor, you're literally stuck between The Rock and a hard place. Ariana Grande married her fiancé Dalton Gomez at a surprise private ceremony. I guess she told him that if he didn't love her harder, that she's gonna have to say, "Thank you, next." Cara Delevingne is auctioning off an NFT of herself performing a monologue about her vagina called Mine. As in, the secondhand embarrassment of knowing someone will pay a ton of money for a video of a woman just talking about a vagina is 100% mine. Microsoft announced they will be retiring Internet Explorer in 2022. But if my experience with the browser is any indication, the retirement will take at least 2 years to complete. The Satanic Temple is suing Texas over their abortion restrictions that impede Satanism's religious abortion ritual. So get ready for Governor Greg Abbott to all of a sudden care about the separation of church and state.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert will allow studio audiences to return in June as long as they're fully vaccinated. I don't think his staff has to worry though, because if you're not smart enough to get vaccinated, then you probably aren't watching Stephen Colbert to begin with.
History was made yesterday when Laurence Descartes was named as the first female president ever in the history of Paris's prestigious Louvre Museum. With the move, the Louvre will no longer focus on the Romantic, Baroque, or Minimalist periods, and instead focus on hers.